going to do math today, so make sure you have page 711 so that we can do page 711 and 712. All right, so the other day on our live lesson, we learned about a couple 3D shapes. All right, so those are shapes that you can hold in your hand. All right, the first shape we talked about was a cube. All right, and the cube is made up of squares. All right, the second shape was the sphere. And the sphere is like a ball. Mr. Simmons, what's the next shape we learned about?
The next shape we learned about was a cone.
Cone, just like an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What do you see at the top?
All right, the next one is a cylinder. Looks like a can. And the last shape is the rectangular prism, made up of rectangles and squares. All right, boys and girls, go ahead and make sure you have that paper out and your pencil, and we will go ahead and do the first page first. All right, boys and girls. So make sure you have this page out, 711. All right, so this page has all our shapes on it. All right, and you are going to circle the cones that you see. Remember, a cone looks like an ice cream cone, so go ahead and circle the cones now. All right, we found one right here. And we've got one more cone down at the bottom. All right, the second direction says, draw an X on the sphere. Remember, the sphere is like a ball. Ooh. Whoops. I didn't follow the directions. It said place an X. Let's fix that. All right, so you should have two cones circled, and you should put an X on the sphere. We know this shape is a cube, and this shape is a cube, and this shape is a cylinder. All right. Those are all three-dimensional shapes because you can hold them in your hand. They're not flat. All right, go ahead and flip over to page 712. Mr. Simmons, you want to take this first part about faces, edges, and vertices?
Sure. So, when we look at a cube, for instance, like at the top picture, we see that the faces of the cubes are squares. The vertices are the corner points of the cube. If I have this one in my hand, for instance, you can see that this whole part looks like a square or a rectangle. That's the face. But the corner that I'm pointing to is what we call the vertex. And when you have more than one, we call them vertices. Those are the corner points.
Right. And I was taught when I was younger that you figure out, you know that the flat surface is the face.
Yeah.
Because you can draw a face on it. You can't draw a face on the vertice. And you can't draw a face on an edge. You have to have something flat and has space.
Now, I didn't mention the edge, Ms. Crawford, but the edge goes from one corner to another. So it's that line there on the edge of the shape. Call that the edge. It's like if you're walking on the end of a building, that's the edge of the building.
Or you can jump over the edges. All right, so now we're going to take two shapes and we're going to count the faces, the edges, and the vertices. All right, our first shape that we are going to do is a rectangular prism. All right.
You got one? All right.
Got one too. All right. So Mr. Simmons is going to show you the faces on his rectangular prism, and I'm going to mark them on my paper so you can see it in two ways, and you can stop the video and go back and re-watch if you need help finding all the faces.
All right, so Ms. Crawford said the faces are the flat parts that you can draw on. So we'll go around and see all of the sides of this that might be a face. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But we're not done. We've got to look at the sides too. Here's another flat space. So that's number 5. And if we turn it around, we've got another flat space. So this rectangular prism has 6 faces.
6 faces. That's what I got too.
All right, are we ready for the edges?
We're ready for the edges, and I'm going to do all the edges in pink.
Okay, so now let's look at the edges. The part of the shape where the 2 corners go from side to side. So look real carefully at my finger as I cross the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've got to look on the other side. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12.
We have 12 edges. All right, up next is vertices. And remember, those are the points where the edges come together to make a point. All right, ready to count those, Mr. Simmons?
Let's do it.
All right.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right, we had 8 vertices or 8 points. All right, boys and girls. Now we've got to do the faces, edges, and vertices for the cube. All right, so Mr. Simmons is going to get his cube out.
All right, for the cube, I'm going to use my yellow one for this because I like it better. Bigger.
Wow.
Be able to see it. It's a big cube. You can't fit this cube in your soda or tea.
Mm-mm.
All right, you ready, Miss Crawford? Which one would you like to do first?
Let's do faces again, the flat edges, flat sides.
Faces are easy. Ready? Flat sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, 6 again. So the cube has 6 faces. All right, let me get my pink marker out to do the edges.
All right. The edges this is our biggest number, so we got to take our time. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, down here. 11, 12.
Well,
Should have
12 again.
edges.
And our last one in blue. We got to circle those vertices or the
So we're finding
points.
those points. This is my favorite part. Ready?
Let's go.
1,
Mhm.
2, 3, 4. On the other side. 5, 6, 7,
8. 8 total vertices. All right, boys and girls. Those are our faces, edges, and vertices lesson. All right, so now I need you to take a picture of both sides of your paper and upload it to Google Classroom so I can see that you watched this lesson. All right. Thank you so much for watching and doing this with us. We'll see you then. See ya.